Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the 10th VIVENTOR WEBCAST. Today with us, we have Elizabeta Siljanovska, manager of North Macedonian loan originator, Forza and Kreddy. First of all, thank you very much, Elizabeta, for joining our call. And maybe you can start by giving us a short introduction about yourself and the companies that you run.
Hi from my side as well. So prior to introduce myself, I would like to thank you and your team for initiating this webcast. So, and as well would like to give a compliment to VIVENTOR about the great PR activities that you are doing and really high transparency policy that you will pursue, which really in this difficult period of time and challenging, a lot of challenges ahead of us, really is quite important for the business as well, and for all of us, especially for your investors and our investors as well. So concerning my introduction, as you said, I'm Elizabeta Siljanovska. I'm CFO of DFI North Macedonia. Basically, I joined the company in March last year, but in general have 25 years plus experience in finance, in business development, investor relations, and in innovation, out of which 20 plus year managerial experience in international companies. So about the company, just a short intro. Yes, we are loan originators in the VIVENTOR platform under the Kreddy and Forza brand, but the company as such is digital finance, as I mentioned, international. The company is established in 2016, so this is our fourth year of operation on the local market in Macedonia. We are based in Skopje, in the capital city of the country. And the company is part of the Digital Finance International Group and the Finstar Group, which have over 20 years of experience in the financial services and huge expertise and knowledge in terms of in the fintech industry especially. So I would say that we are part of the quite big group which serves the customers on several continents already. So this is in a nutshell the short intro about the company itself. And maybe to further proceed with the product that we have currently. As we mentioned, so we are offering, we are specialists in the consumer lending, offering two types of the products. One is Forza product, which it's about the single payment product. So far it was 30 years payback period for this type of the product, but recently we have extended to 60 days. The ticket size is going from 50 euro to 500 euro. And the second product that we are offering to our customers here in Macedonia is a credit product, which it is about the installment loan. And under this brand, we have as well the sub-brand, it is Kreddy POS. So it is the basically the customer are with this loan are buying stuff and goods in the point of sales. When it's about the installment loan, it is recently we have extended the tenor until the 36 months, and the ticket size is going until the 3,000 euros. So we are somehow expanding the overall operation and trying to help our customer in these difficult times to get better financing, which is quite important for them these days. And would like to mention that a part of the Kreddy and PDL loans that we are offering so far, we have entered the mortgage lending via the Hypocredit brand, which operates already in several countries in EU, and where the tenor is going to 15 years and the ticket size until 70,000 euros. So more or less, really we have strategic focus on further development on our business. And a part of the products that we have now introducing in our portfolio, we are working on other business opportunities that will really contribute to the overall company growth and the sustainability on the long run.
Did I hear you correctly that you are also planning to expand your product offering to include lending with mortgage?
Yes.
And when do you think you can, our investors could expect these loans to appear on the platform? Because it is very, from what we hear from our investors, they're really looking forward to see more loans that would be backed by mortgage on the platform.
Actually, yes, it is a plan to do it, but most likely that we can expect that to happen in the last quarter of the year. So depending on the overall developments, but apart of the mortgage, I would like to as well to share the information with our investor that when it's about the installment loan, now one of the focuses of our company is to enter some, let's say, segments which are better quality kind of segments with ensuring the security instruments in terms of our collection. So the POS, the credit POS products are products already by itself. It is, it showed the very quite good results in terms of the collection, and it really shows that we are dealing with quite quality customers. But now as well, we are trying to enter some other type of segments, which we are trying to acquire through our cooperation with the companies. So it is about B2B to C cooperation to this channel. Basically, we will try to make our portfolio within the segment which we are seeing as quite, let's say, safe, because we are in this situation. We are having, I don't know, like administrative bonus salaries or insurance, which will provide to us security in terms of the collection. So this is one of the major focuses, a part of the increasing the portfolio as such, to really increase our, let's say, participation in the segments where the more security will be provided to us in order to ensure not only the liquidity for the company, but even, this is quite important information for our investors as well.
Also, a topic that all our investors would like to hear about in more detail is about how the country and your company has dealt and managed the pandemic situation. What happened in maybe beginning of the year and throughout the summer? How did your company deal with it, and how did it affect your borrowers?
Okay, I can really say that we have dealt with the whole situation quite well. Actually, when all of this happened to us, it was all of a sudden, but we have took some measures. So one of the measures was, of course, that in terms of the risk rules, they have been a bit updated, they have been stricken. But the most important fact is that we have not stopped issuing of the loans, which some of our competitors did on the market. And on the other hand, we really managed to utilize our cost of operation. And with our strategic partners, we agreed on some discounts, and via this, basically, we really managed to significantly lower our costs and still keep the level of profitability that we have. As well, what is quite important, that in this period of time we got the support from our shareholder, from our group, which help us to a part of let's say the overall situation, because as you all aware that basically we have faced the net cash flow, significant net cash flow outflow towards the investor on the VIVENTOR platform during this period of time. For instance, at the beginning, prior to the COVID situation, we have 0.9 million euros as a portfolio on VIVENTOR, but nowadays we have 0.5, which means that in this period, couple of months, we have successfully managed to do the repayments to our investor, which for us is quite a good sign for the overall management of the liquidity situation. And as I mentioned at the beginning, with in combination with the cost optimization that we have updated and adjusted to the situation, we really managed to successfully go through all of these challenges that we have. Nowadays, I would say that situation is a bit better. Yes, still there are quite a high number of infected people per day, but everything is open, everything is working as well in the new way of normal working with all these protocols, protections, etc., etc. But still, the businesses are running, and the government during this period as well supports the business community and people, which especially the vulnerable categories, which was of great support for the overall economy during this period. But as I mentioned, actually, we have passed this period of time, and now we are going further and really focusing to further increase our portfolio. So the planned current value of the portfolio is close to 2 million euros, but the plan are to double it and triple it in the next 1 year, year and a half, which means that now the full focus is on the growth of the portfolio as well. As I mentioned, introduction of the new products, new business initiatives, which we believe that are quite important for achieving the growth that we are planning and working on it.
Okay, I see. And is the company now working from the office, or are you still working, some of you working from home? I see you are in the office here, but what about the rest of the team?
Yes, basically, because there was one period during the COVID situation, there was one period where all of us were working from home because we are online business, so it was quite suitable. But now, for a couple of months already, basically we get back to our offices. Countrywide, depending on the businesses, there are still businesses which are running their operations remotely, but more or less, as I said, everything is open and working, so which is quite important. So nonetheless, via which channel you're doing your job, the important is that the economy is moving forward.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit more about your loan portfolio, and how did it change throughout before and after the pandemic, and how does it look now?
In terms of the quality, really, this is something that it's already a proof track record that the Balkans were, as a region, was most less impacted from the whole situation. Basically, we went through with less turbulences comparing to the other countries or regions in the world. And as well, when it's about our company, the quality of the portfolio is the same. Nothing, I would say, dramatically changed. But when it's about the portfolio that we have as a placement on the VIVENTOR platform, there are still delayed loans which are within the 60 days, but we are working on it, which I'm expecting, because so far, for instance, the forced collection procedure in the country have been put on hold. Now everything is back and working, and this is one of the tools which expect to further improve the collection, as well. Basically expecting with all these tools that we have in terms of collection to improve this position, and expecting in the next 1 to 2 months really to significantly improve the portfolio outlook. So I would say that really we are moving in a good direction.
And talking about in the same topic, so can you explain a little bit more about your credit scoring procedures, and how do you handle your customer defaults, and what in general is your default ratio, and what do you do with the defaulted customers?
Yes, basically we have internal collection department which is dealing with the collection until DPD 90s, which we see that it's quite important because we know the customer best, and this is a way of working. Really, it showed to us that it's quite successful. After 90 days period of delay, we are transferring those debts to our external agency. And after that, there is the second steps is the forced collection. So it is procedure in front of the Balkans executors, and depending, you know, the overall development, the overall case might end up into the court. So we have internal scoring system, which it is developed in-house using all the expertise that we have within the group, as well as the risk management is headed by our regional headquarters, which is based in Lithuania. So, and in terms of the collection, just to mention that there is an internal collection, there is a strategic or let's say usual communication roadmap, and which we are following in the deliberation, and so far provides or gives the best, the really quite good results, as well as we have started introducing some tools for automation of the processes, which further help to increase the efficiency of operation. So more or less, this is I would say the overall procedure. When it's about the scoring such, so the system is automated, and so here basically only the part of the verification is going with the help of our agents, but everything else, as I mentioned, is automated. We define risk rules, defined risk rules, and this is it, I would say.
And what is current default rate of your customers?
The current default rate is in average about 25%, but the plan is to decrease it down to 15%. And this, how we were gonna make that, as I mentioned at the beginning, that the focus is now to approach this really better quality segments of customers via this cooperation that we have with the companies in the country, and we are further increasing our participation in the POS market segment when it's about the installment loan lending.
And out of this 25 defaulted rate, what is the successful collection rate in the end? Kind of, is there a metric for that?
Yes, you know, it's 7 to 8%. I would say is let's say now the success rate. But what is important that the installment loan as such, we have launched it last year. So previously the company, when the company started, they have operated only with single payment loans, but the installment loan have been introduced last year, and you know, I would say there is no enough maturity period of time to talk about the installment loan as such. So and we had behind us 5 to 6 months periods, which was extreme situation, state of emergency situation. So as I mentioned, the whole forced collection procedure or the whole the procedure in front of the banks have been put on hold. So now we are getting back and we will see how the overall situation will work. I really expect that because it is clear, defined process, and I really expect success.
Okay.
Process, yeah.
Looking forward to that as well. Moving on, can you tell us a little bit more, because you're still rather one of the smaller loan originators on the platform, but you're of course a part of a big financial group. So maybe you can tell more about the shareholders and your other sources of funding besides VIVENTOR.
Yes, we are one of the smallest loan originators, but yes, we are operating in a small country, so the population is around 2 million people, which means that really this is the potential in which we are working, this is the environment. But on the other hand, after 3 years of operation, we succeed to become profitable last year in the last quarter, and we continued our profitable operation as well as we really highly improved our cash generation operational wise, and this was one of the sources for which was of great, I would say, support for doing the repayments toward the VIVENTOR investors during this period of time. But on the other hand, as well, yes, our shareholders was of great support to us and is still great support of us during this period when we are facing the downsizing in investment from the VIVENTOR platform, which is usually and something that is expectable in terms of considering everything. And I have to mention as well that prior to the COVID situation, basically when we were talking about the external financing, we were fully financed via VIVENTOR platform.
Okay.
This worked for us quite well, but now there is a big change in the game. But of course, I expect that situation is going to be stabilized. There are already signs about it, and expecting our investor to come back, because as I said, we are one of the investors of the loan originators that really showed that we have really managed quite well the overall liquidity situation during this period of time, and serve back our debts towards investors. So I would say that no matter of the size, still that we should talk about the quality of the company, of the loan originators, and the security that the investors should look like. So this is quite important when we are talking about it. And still with close to €500,000 portfolio on VIVENTOR platform, still we are, I would say, from that perspective, not so small.
Yeah, that's true. And you actually partially answered my last question that I had for you is, unless you want to add something to that, but the question is why investors should choose to invest into Forza and Kreddy Macedonia?
Yes, I will get back to this question, but I think that one more thing that I should share, which really is quite important, is our mix of the portfolio that we have achieved. This helped a lot to us to go through this situation quite smoothly, because on one hand, with the single payment loans, which are Forza loans, we are ensuring the liquidity on a short term, on a monthly basis, but on the other hand, having the installment loan, we are providing the really sound ground for sustainability on the long run. So with this mix of the portfolio, basically, during the situation where other not loan originator, but the financial companies which were offering only single payment loans, they faced a significant drop in the revenues, but we basically kept our revenue stable because of having the installment loan portfolio already built up. So this is quite important aspect, and it's very important for the investor to be considered, because a combination of both brands provide to us quite, let's say, a significant ground and base for the system sustainability, not just on a short run, but rather on the mid to long term. So this is kind of the intro when we are talking, when answering the last question. So I would say that we are stable and reliable partner to our investor, which with already proven track record how we have dealt the overall situation during this pandemic. And on the other hand, which is as well quite important, that we are as a local management supported with the group. We are quite much focused on the further business development, on further growing of the business, which on a long run will provide to us and to our shareholders and investor sustainability and security. So these are the two aspects that, from my perspective, are quite important for consideration of our investors, and I would say that these are the ones that are, as I said, most important ones.
Okay. Thank you very much for the talk, Elizabeta, and for joining us on our anniversary 10th webcast already. I wish you all the best in your business and in raising new funds on VIVENTOR platform as well. For all of you who are with us today, that was Elizabeta Siljanovska from North Macedonia, and she is the CEO of DFI Macedonia, and they have two brands on VIVENTOR platform, that is Forza and Kreddy Macedonia. And once again, thank you very much, and talk to you next time.
Yeah, thanks to you as well. Talk to you next time. And looking
Bye-bye.
for our next investment.